Hello, dear students. Welcome back to our news channel. Students, in today's podcast, we will be discussing about diabetes and an exciting new development that could change how it is treated, right? It's about smart insulin. Now, first thing first, what is a diabetes? Students, diabetes is a serious condition and it affects millions of people worldwide. And today we will explain how smart insulin could be a game changer, especially for a country like India. Why? Why it could be a game changer for a country like India? Because we know that diabetes, uh, India is known as the diabetes capital of the world, right? So let's start with the basics. What is diabetes? Diabetes, students, is a condition that happens when your body either doesn't produce enough insulin or can't use it properly. Okay? So, insulin, students, is like a hormone and it is made by the pancreas. Pancreas is inside our body, and pancreas pancreas produces insulin, and this insulin, it helps our body turn glucose और sugar from food into energy. जब हम खाते हैं तो उसमें क्या प्रेजेंट होता है? यस, उसमें शुगर, कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, राइट? तो उसको एनर्जी में कैसे कन्वर्ट करना है, वो इंसुलिन की वजह से हो पाता है. तो अगर इमेजिन करो, अगर इंसुलिन अच्छे से नहीं काम कर रहा है तो क्या होगा? बॉडी में क्या होगा? बॉडी में शुगर बिल्डअप होता रहेगा, क्योंकि हम खाना तो खा रहे हैं, लेकिन वो जो शुगर है उसको एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट नहीं हो पा रहा. क्यों नहीं हो पा रहा? क्योंकि इंसुलिन इज नॉट वर्किंग प्रॉपरली. सो शुगर विल बिल्ड अप इन द ब्लड एंड दिस विल लीड टू सीरियस हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम्स. Students, this condition is known as diabetes. There are basically two types of diabetes. Yes, and this is what it's mentioned in the first paragraph of this article, in the first column, that there are two kinds of diabetes. Yes, and both are related to the body's ability to synthesize and react to insulin. So first is type 1. टाइप 1 डायबिटीज में क्या होता है कि बॉडी डजंट मेक इंसुलिन एट ऑल. ओके, इनफ इंसुलिन प्रोड्यूस ही नहीं कर पाता, यानी पैनक्रियाज आर नॉट एबल टू प्रोड्यूस इनफ इंसुलिन. एंड देन द टाइप 2 डायबिटीज में क्या होता है? द बॉडी आइदर डजंट मेक इनफ इंसुलिन और द सेल्स कांट यूज इट प्रॉपरली. एंड दिस टाइप इज मोर कॉमन, स्पेशली इन इंडिया. ठीक है, तो इंडिया में कौन सा सबसे कॉमन है? टाइप 2. प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस. ओके, सो इंडिया में कौन सा कॉमन है? टाइप 2. अंडरस्टूड? एंड टाइप 2 में क्या डिफरेंस है? टाइप 1 में क्या है? टाइप 1 में तो इनफ इंसुलिन प्रोड्यूस ही नहीं हो रहा है, लेकिन टाइप 2 में cells are not able to use it properly, are not able to use insulin properly. Okay, and both conditions are basically managed by the administration of synthetic insulin, right? तो इसीलिए जो डायबिटिक पेशेंट होते हैं उनको सिंथेटिक इंसुलिन के ट्रीटमेंट से उनका जो शुगर लेवल है वो मेंटेन रहता है. And when we talk about India in diabetes, students, India is home to one of the largest population of diabetic in the world. सबसे ज्यादा diabetics इंडिया में है. इनफैक्ट over 77 million Indians are living with diabetes today. With more cases being diagnosed every year, it has become a public health crisis. हर साल हम देख रहे हैं कि डायबिटीज के पेशेंट्स का जो नंबर है वो इंक्रीज होता जा रहा है, राइट? एंड managing diabetes often means multiple insulin injections each day, which can be difficult and painful. आप इमेजिन करो, एक पेशेंट है, डायबिटिक पेशेंट है, जिन्हें रोज एवरी डे उन्हें इंसुलिन इंजेक्शन लेना पड़ता है ताकि उनका जो इंसुलिन लेवल है बॉडी में वो मेंटेन रहे. सो यू कैन इमेजिन हिज सिचुएशन, राइट? दिस दिस इज बोथ डिफिकल्ट एज वेल एज पेनफुल. But the news is scientists have been working on something revolutionary, which is smart insulin. Yes, smart insulin. Smart insulin क्या है? Basically, क्या होगा smart insulin से कि it's a special type of insulin only that only works when it is needed, and it automatically activates when blood sugar levels are high and deactivates when they are normal. अपने आप जब वो बॉडी में प्रेजेंट होगा अपने आप एक्टिवेट हो जाएगा जब ब्लड शुगर लेवल इंक्रीज होगा, और डीएक्टिवेट हो जाएगा जब ब्लड शुगर लेवल नॉर्मल होगा. So this means people with diabetes don't have to worry as much about constantly checking their blood sugar or giving themselves injections. Imagine not needing multiple injections daily and knowing that your insulin is working perfectly in sync with your body's needs. Right? Isn't it amazing? And this technology, although it's still in the, you can say, in development, but it has the potential to change millions of lives in India. And this will ease the burden of living with diabetes and making treatment more effective and less invasive. So, this research on smart insulin is promising, and scientists are quite hopeful that it will soon be available for everyone. And in a country like India, where diabetes is so common, this could make a massive difference in improving quality of life and preventing serious health complications. All right, students, now let's move on to the next article we have is on Nobel Prize. Students, in the second part of today's podcast, we are going to dive into prestigious global events, the Nobel Prize in Economics for 2024. Students, this year's Nobel Prize in Economics is quite significant and it's talk of the town. Why? The reason is because the topic for the Nobel Prize is given is it explored a very important question. Why do nations fail? क्यों ऐसा होता है कि कुछ कंट्रीज अंडर डेवलप्ड रह जाती हैं, कुछ कंट्रीज डेवलप नेशन हो जाती हैं? तो इस टॉपिक पे नोबेल प्राइज मिला है. Now this is quite interesting, right? So let's break down why this is such a significant topic and what it means for countries around the world, including India. First, we know that the Nobel Prize in Economics is awarded each year to individuals who, uh, not just individuals or even teams who make outstanding contributions to the field of economics. Okay, and basically, what is economics? This is for younger students. Economics help us understand how countries manage resources. कौन से resources? Money हो गया, trade, employment, and 2024 prize was given for work that explores why some countries thrive while others struggle or even fail. तो ऐसा क्यों होता है? क्या रीजन है कि कुछ कंट्रीज तो सक्सेसफुल हो जाते हैं, थ्राइव, एंड वाइल अदर नेशंस, कुछ ऐसी कंट्रीज भी हैं जो स्ट्रगल करती जा रही हैं, अभी भी कर रही हैं, एंड दे इवन फेल. व्हाट इज द रीजन? Now, the topic is why nations fail. And the winning research focused on what makes some nations wealthy and others, and like कुछ कंट्रीज को क्यों, ऐसा क्या रीजन है कि कुछ कंट्रीज वेल्दी और सक्सेसफुल होती हैं while others face poverty, corruption and instability. And yes, this is the name of the winners is also mentioned in the article. And one of the key ideas is that successful nations, they have strong institutions कौन से स्ट्रॉन्ग इंस्टीट्यूशंस? जैसे गुड गवर्नमेंट्स, लॉज, एजुकेशनल सिस्टम. When these institutions fail, the country's economy often collapses, and this leads to widespread suffering. Right? And you can see this. आप अफ्रीका के कुछ देश में देख लो, वहां पे सिविल वॉर चल रहा है. क्यों? क्योंकि वहां के कुछ गुड इंस्टीट्यूशन, स्ट्रॉन्ग इंस्टीट्यूशन जैसे गवर्नमेंट, लॉज, दे आर फेलिंग. तो अल्टीमेटली कंट्री भी सफर कर रही है. Now, let's take an example. If a country has corrupt leaders who misuse funds, the money meant for things like hospitals, schools, and infrastructure never reaches the people. Over time, what will happen? This will weaken the country, and this will make it difficult for citizens to improve their lives. Okay? तो यही रीजन है कि कुछ कंट्रीज क्यों फेल हो जाती हैं. And this topic is incredibly important for countries like India that are rapidly developing, because India has made huge strides in growing its economy, but there are still areas where poverty and corruption create barriers to progress. And learning from the research highlighted, which is highlighted by the Nobel Prize, it could help India and other nations strengthen their institutions. ओके हमारे जो इंस्टीट्यूशन है, स्ट्रॉन्ग इंस्टीट्यूशन, उनको स्ट्रेंथन करने में हेल्पफुल होगा. And this will ultimately reduce inequality and ensure that economic growth benefits everyone. All right. So, students, whether it's smart insulin or smart insulin, which is helping people live healthier lives, or Nobel Prize winning research helping nations, which you know, which is going to help nations develop into stronger economies. These are the topics that have a huge impact on the world, right? And as we wrap up today's podcast, remember that understanding these complex issues is key to solving some of the world's biggest challenges. Stay curious and keep learning.